Here, what's going on, Bills Mafia? It's your boy Julian J Mafia, and it's another episode of Mafia Talk, man. I'm glad to have everybody join me in today, man, and I'm especially glad to have my boy Pedro Peasy back in the building, man. Hold up, let me properly introduce you, man, because you already know who else is back. Where he at? Where he at, man? I'm a little delayed with this shit. My boy, my big cuz Pedro Peasy back in the building, man. How you feeling, cuz?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. It's good to be back, man. It's good to be
Hell yeah,
back.
man. Glad to have you back, cuz, man. There's a lot going on, man. First of all, before we can dive into anything Bills related, how was your trip, man? How was the
Man,
vacation?
the trip was fantastic, man. It was definitely something I needed, man. Just
Hell yeah.
a breather away from everything, you know what I mean?
I bet, man. I'm glad you was able to get away, disconnect from everything and just enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah, that's what it was because I was in the middle of the mountains in Tennessee, man, and I barely had reception all week. I would have been with y'all if I had some better reception, but I didn't even want to try
Hell
to jump
yeah.
on and then be breaking up the whole time. But I'm back now, and
All
let's get
good,
it
man.
popping,
All
man.
good. We're glad to have you back. You already know, brother in love. Jonathan was able to hold it down. Ronald came
I
in,
said, yeah.
said his piece,
Even though I
man.
wasn't on, I watched, man. I watched.
Hell
I
yeah, hell
watched.
yeah. I was real grateful that them boys was able to come over here and hold
Absolutely.
it
Shout
down
out
for
to
you, man. I
them.
had to get
Appreciate
two
it.
of them. Had to get two of them to take your one place, man. So
It's all good. I appreciate them, man. Much love to them, man.
hell yeah, man. Much love to everybody, man. Thank you for everybody joining. This is Mafia Talk. We got Pedro Pizzi back in the building. It's Julian J Mafia. And we talking Buffalo Bills. Oh
Yes,
man, what a
sir.
hell of a game, man, against the Jets, another divisional rival. Obviously it's the Jets, but the way this league is going, man, is any given Sunday, so we can't put nothing behind the Jets, man. Jets
Nah.
could be anybody in this league the way the NFL is going this year.
Listen, man, I was a little worried because Mike White did play well against Cincinnati, and he played well against Indy too until he got hurt.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, like he
but
want to say I should have been first
yeah, he was
overall
talking too
draft
much.
pick, and look what
Talking too
happened. You
much.
threw five turnovers. Oh no,
Guess
four
what? That
interceptions.
listen. That supposed number one draft pick just ran into the number one defense in the league, bro.
Yep, and
And
a
that's what just
real
happened.
number, well, not
A
the one number one
real
draft
number one.
pick, but the real
Yeah,
number one.
yeah. The real person who should have been the number one pick of that draft.
And you talking about over Lamar. Well, you're not even over Baker Mayfield. I don't even know if
I'm
you only have one
Baker's
good
trash.
game. So you trying to match up to Josh Rosen right now, man. You
But
trying to
nah,
say you better
listen.
than him.
Think about this though. Like if you go back to that draft class, right? They took Baker number one, then they took Darnold, and like,
Yeah,
come on, man. Like imagine that. Like they said it in the broadcast. Like, what if the Jets would have took Allen? You know
that
what I
would have been a
mean?
different
Like,
story, man. The Jets would have been a lot better with Allen, but we're not going to dwell too much into that,
I
man,
don't
because
know
we already
because
know.
who they not developing him the way McDermott and Bean and Dable. I don't
Absolutely,
think they
man.
could develop him like that.
Probably not, but I mean, Josh is Josh. You can't take
Yeah,
that
17 is a
monster
bad boy.
mentality, that dog mentality. And
Yeah,
Josh came
17
to
is
show.
bad.
Like I said last episode, it was gonna be Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs show, and they came to ball out. Stephon Diggs,
Absolutely.
8 receptions for 162 yards. Let's go, man! What a
Yo,
hell of a fucking game, man.
big shout out to them too. But you know who popped on the TV for me this week, man? Two
Ooh.
people, man. Ed Oliver was balling Sunday.
Ed Boy, hell
Ed
yeah,
was
man.
balling, and you know what? Shout out to AJ Klein too, man. He had a hell of a game Sunday, filling in
That's
for
honestly,
Tremaine
since you
Edmonds.
want to mention them boys, we already gonna bring it up, right, man? But before we start with the Poggi Awards, man, let's bring brother-in-law Jonathan
Uh
in the
oh.
building. Thank you for joining us
What up?
again,
What up?
Jonathan.
Oh,
What up?
Jonathan in the building. What's going on, bro?
Hell yeah, man.
Not much, man. I had to jump on for real quick.
We
Yeah,
appreciate you
man.
making the time out for us, man. Even though
I pre
PZ in the building, man, we
I,
can still use your
Yeah,
insight.
yo, I
yeah,
appreciate you holding it down for me this week, man.
absolutely, man. We need an
Yeah,
extra guy to replace you, but man, we tried, dude. We tried. I
yeah,
told you,
man.
Julian don't gotta laugh like that. You see that smile? That thing, he's back. He got the smile
Yeah,
back.
Right.
yeah.
You
That's
see
right.
that?
That's right. That's right. That's right. But yeah, man. I
So
don't
what
know if
you
you
got that?
caught. I don't know if you caught what I was saying, but I was saying, man, AJ Klein filled in beautifully for Tremaine Edmonds, and Ed
and
Oliver was just a monster on
and
Sunday.
that's why I had to bring up the Poggi Awards because AJ Klein is my defensive player of the game. He held it down, man. Everybody knows who follows the Bills weekly every Sunday. We know the struggles we had with AJ Klein last year. He was getting
Yeah,
blown up in
yeah,
coverage. He wasn't able to stay with his man. He wasn't able to fill in to replace Tremaine Edmonds or Matt Milano. Before I move any further, thank you for joining us, Ricardo, man. Appreciate you for joining Mafia Talk Pops, man. There's nothing but love.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. But AJ Klein, it was a couple of weeks. He struggled, man. He was a liability, and other
Big
teams was
time.
dissecting him. That was the way for other teams to get through the Buffalo defense. After a while, um, Leslie Frazier was able to properly utilize AJ Klein and get him on blitzing the quarterback or straight rushing attack, and he's been a monster ever since. Defensive Player of the Week awards, stacking
Yeah,
up 5+ tackles, and he proved again this week he's the definition of max man up. AJ Klein balled out. He was the tackle leader this week for us at 6.5 solo tackles, and he stepped in, man, for a big role, filling in for Tremaine Edmonds. Thank you for joining in, Eric. Nothing but love, man. Appreciate it. Tell me, what's your defensive player of the week, man? I'm pretty sure if
I, for
go ahead,
me, it's Easy E, baby. Ed Oliver, man, Easy E. That man,
Ed
man,
boy.
he tormented Mike. He was in Mike White's grill all day, man, all day.
Nobody, we haven't been talking about it enough around the league. Edmonds is balling out this week. Not Edmonds, I mean
Yeah,
Oliver. Ed Oliver
yeah.
is balling out. He's
He's been
shining this
having a
week.
really good season this year, man. Like on the low. But you know what? I'm gonna give a special shout out to my man, Fa Obata.
FA,
He had
yes.
he played well. He was in the backfield. He was like
He
he was
caused the
bringing the
first
pressure.
interception. He caused the
Yes,
first interception.
yes,
He
like
smacked his arm down and caused an interception to go straight to Ron
absolutely.
Johnson.
Who you
Who you
got,
got
Jonathan?
for your defensive
I
player?
gotta go with Ed, man. I gotta go with Ed. He was all over them, man. I gotta go with Ed.
Man, yeah, it
I
was
think
awesome to
Wallace
see.
was covering pretty well too, though, man.
Oh yeah,
Levi Wallace, he was doing a good job last. You know
I
what I mean? There was a
agree.
couple coverages that he was tight.
I
So they
agree.
just did good, man. Overall,
I
AJ's
agree.
another one. So I agree with AJ too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong, man.
speaking about that, man, five, five
Whew.
defensive back ends all got a turnover, man.
Yeah,
It,
man.
Yep.
That
this right
defense was just
here,
everywhere, man.
this one right here says we only allowed 5 passing touchdowns all season. The next person right behind us is 10 with the Carolina Panthers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
Oh, that's
mean,
great.
listen, man.
Lights
The
out.
defense is lights out right now, man, and
Mhm.
we need them to be right now because you know what? We about to enter the hardest part of our schedule right now. These
Yep.
next 3-4 weeks. So I mean, you know, we going into this game with Indy, and I ain't really too worried about that one. But that Thursday night game against New Orleans, I mean, no, we should win, but you can't overlook
A lot
them.
of games we should win, man. But it's any
Our
given
next
Sunday,
four,
and a
our,
lot of these
our,
teams are showing their worth, man. All these players are getting paid the same. They're all grown men. They're all professional football players, man. Doesn't matter if you're at the bottom of the NFL list. You can still give it out your best, and Jaguars showed us that. They punched us in
yeah.
the mouth.
But you know what? That was beneficial to us. I think
Well, absolutely, yeah.
it pissed them off. It pissed them off.
It
You
pissed
know what I
everybody
mean?
off. I mean, the offensive line did actually a lot better. I mean, there was a couple missed
Yeah.
coverages and shit, but they woke them up, man. They needed that. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
Brown is the biggest fucking difference. Like, who would know a fucking
Oh
rookie
yeah,
Lesser
be the
absolutely.
biggest
Brown.
difference? But now he was
That,
able to put Williams as a right guard now, move him
Yeah,
over,
now
which he's
they
comfortable
slide
there. He likes
Williams
it.
over. Yeah, But you know what though? That one time Josh, I mean, I think Josh got sacked like 2 or 3 times, but the
Twice.
one time he got sacked was when Deion Dawkins went down and they had to take him out, and then
Yep.
The blitz.
you know what
Let
I
him the
mean? They
And then
had to
blitz.
they put
switch.
who on the outside? Who did they ended up putting in? And he
Oh
got burnt
man.
and got sacked again.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a
somebody,
blitz.
Tommy
But
Doyle, I think.
Doyle,
yeah,
yes.
but Breeder should have Breeder should at least clipped him. He instead of clipping him, he just went straight for the route. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's also on
Yeah.
the running back.
Speaking of
He
Breida,
needed
I
to
want
clip.
to nominate him as my offensive player because he was the next man up again. He haven't played at all this season, probably one game, if not that.
I think
And
he played the
he
first game
stepped
of
up.
the season. I think.
He
Yeah,
stepped up in a big way, and with only having 8 plays on the offense and to have 2 scoring touchdowns and made a heavy impact on the special teams, we might have to make some moves to keep Raider in this lineup. Now it's getting
Shit, I
tough
might pick him
because
up off fantasy.
shoot, he might have to, man. We don't know,
I
but
might, man.
come on,
he's the
man.
next man up, and he
Easy.
definitely balled out when we needed him. And I've been talking about it all week and on every show previous to this that we need speed on the outside. We need to stop
Right.
just punching up the middle. We need to incorporate Isaiah McKenzie and doing them jet sweeps more, doing some more motions and all that good stuff, reverses, and get some speed towards the outside. Isaiah McKenzie got a touchdown getting a rush to the outside. Matt Brady
Speaking
too.
of him,
Wild route. Go ahead.
speaking of McKenzie, do we know like was he hurt bad? Like, cause I don't remember
No,
getting an update
he's
on
good.
him.
He's good.
Cause
He got right
when
back
I
into the
seen
game.
okay, so when I seen him go down, I immediately thought, oh, but good
Uh,
thing we got
I was like,
Marquez
oh shit.
Stevenson
Yeah, yeah.
on the
He
practice squad.
he got right back into the game towards the end, but I mean, we was already up 40 points. We didn't need him
Okay,
as much,
okay,
but he was
good,
good to
good.
go after a while towards the game. And I mean, Wednesday we'll see on the injury report if he's limited. But I looked on the podcast I listened to like banged up Buffalo because they specialize in injured Bills. They said, I mean, he was good to go. He's fine.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay.
but
That's good.
yeah, I got Matt Breda because he was the next man up, other than Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, because them boys, it was about damn time. It was about damn time, man.
I mean, if we not gonna pick the obvious, then I'm gonna go with Gabe Davis.
Come
Game
on, man. You
two,
stealing my
game
picks, bro. You
two.
stealing my
I'm
picks.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That man balled out. That deflection catch he made was ridiculous, man.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
twinkle toes, man. Oh,
oh
that
no,
boy
I didn't
twinkle
get
Twinkle
that
toes.
for real.
toes. Call him
Twinkle
Twinkle
toes,
Tip
man.
toes.
tap toe, man. Tip tap toe.
He had like a
Yeah,
what 3 receptions for like 105 yards or some shit like
Yep,
that.
yeah,
yeah,
man.
exactly that.
Absolutely.
He needed that. And
I
I'll
got it
give it to
right here,
McKenzie
man.
too.
Oh,
You got to give McKenzie out there too.
quick Saber update. 2-0 Sabers.
So real quick, PC in
Oh,
the
they
building,
playing?
about to take over to the Saber
Hey,
side of things.
Oh
I was
I
boy.
let
talking
you
that
do it.
side. So
I let you
Oh
do it.
man.
tell me how you feel, man. We got you because you're the Saber specialist. You know the ins and outs. So
Okay.
I mean, the Jack Eichel stuff is kind of already old news by now.
It's
That's
not.
all.
It's not. Listen,
Talk about it.
it's old news, but like it's not even about Jack. It's like Jack's a generational player. You don't trade a player like that good.
Oh,
Tanking when
sorry.
you're tanking to get a player like that. And I know
Yeah.
the guys are like, they're trying to tell us like we got to be patient. We do. We got some young kids in the pipeline that are like, if they do this right, we could be really good in a couple years. You know what I mean? But you can't keep asking the fans to, just give us a couple more years. We've been bad for 10 years, man.
Probably
10
longer.
years. No,
12,
last time we
13
made the
years.
playoffs was 2011.
That with Vanek and them or no?
Yeah, it might have been Vanix last year with us. But listen, we've been bad for 10 years. You told us in 2015, we got Jack Eichel, we gonna do it. You did nothing. Now you're telling us again, we got to start over and do this. Like the fans are like, it shows in the attendance. Like nobody's going to these games. And that doesn't happen here in Buffalo. We love our Sabres. We're a hockey market. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely, man.
like we never, like the building's never that empty.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like it's empty right now.
They're playing good though. They're hustling. That's one thing I can
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
And
That's
the
what I'm
guys that
saying.
we
Like,
got, I think one guy he won't play until next year, and then the other kid I think he's
oh
due to
yeah,
come
Owen
back.
Power,
He,
Owen Power, the number one pick.
he's a
He'll
tough
be
dude
there
though,
next
man.
year.
He's a tough dude. He'll put.
Listen, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, we got a lot of talent. Like, we got the number one prospect pool in all of hockey. We're ranked number one. We got the best prospects. So like, but I can't trust the organization, man.
Yeah.
They've messed up so many times. Like, you had Jack Eichel and you did nothing, absolutely nothing to put anything around him for 7 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like you bring
That's
this
right.
soccer coach, you bring Kruger in, who's a soccer coach. That man had no business being our coach at all. As soon as
I
they
agree.
fired him, look at the team started playing better. I would have
Yeah.
loved to see what Jack Eichel looked like on his team, the way they're playing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the Sabres organization, the fans don't trust them. I sure as hell don't trust them. Like, I look at the prospects and everything, and I know if they do it right, we're gonna be good. But I don't trust them to do it right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, it's just they can't keep asking the fans to be patient, man. We've been waiting for 10 years. But then again, like, I try to go back to the Bills side of it, where like we were waiting for 17 years and we finally got it right. So I'm hoping and praying that Kevin Adams and these guys can get it right, man. And maybe in a couple years, like if they do it right, because we're gonna have a bunch of salary cap space too next year and the year after that. So like if they could get decent and then add a couple veteran pieces with the space, like we can be better and really quickly. Actually,
yeah.
you know what I
Definitely,
mean?
man. I feel like we're on the. Go ahead, Jonathan.
I don't think the Sabres ever had like a real number one though. You know what I mean? I always felt like Eichel in his situation, he was like a number two, a real good number two. I can't really think of Sabres history where you had like a number one and then just
Back in
had
the
good
day,
pieces. I feel like there was just a lot of good, great players together, and then just
no,
it never worked out.
back in the day, like in the early '90s, and like before we switched over before we left the odd, like they had Pat LaFontaine.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat LaFontaine was probably one of the greatest American-born hockey players I ever played, man. That dude, him and Alex McGillney were special together, man. Like, I remember those teams, man. We were so good, but we could never get past New Jersey or Montreal. Or not Montreal, or Philadelphia. It was always New Jersey or Philadelphia that we could never beat. I never understood. That was before Hasek turned into Hasek. We had him, but he wasn't the dominator yet.
Yeah, that was past our time, man. I remember.
Right.
I remember.
But let's not dwell too much down
Listen,
deep into the
Julian's
rabbit hole.
dad.
But
You know how many games I went with my uncle Julian's dad? He took me to all kinds of games.
Yeah, but
All
hopefully the
kinds of
Sabres
games.
are on the right path of things right now. We're looking good. We got a young team ahead of with us right now. Hopefully we can get the right coaching around these guys to make deeper runs down the season for the NHL and hopefully make a playoff run.
You know what I'm gonna do though? Just for our page and everything, I'm gonna record a video. I'm gonna do my Sabres rant on this video and I'm gonna post it to the page so y'all can check it out. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah,
but that right there was the Sabre side of things, folks. We had to touch base on our side chick right there. You already know Buffalo Bills is our main chick. That's
I like that,
right
cousin.
there.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I
But
like
the Sabres
that.
are side chick. We gotta show them love here and there. So
Every once in a while, man.
Every once in a while, man. So that's the Sabre side of things, man. Anything about that, man, please let us know. But let's dive right back into the Buffalo Bills because it was another dominant divisional game. Josh Allen, we've been talking about Josh Allen becoming up, and this right there, I love you, Josh Allen, with our pregame huddles and all that. But this right here, like I felt this one, it felt like it meant something more.
One thing, when we do us, nobody can with us. Nobody. Be some dogs today. Let's go get a dog. Wait on three, 1, 2, 3.
Josh Allen.
But yo, Josh, He was pissed
Yo, he
before
meant
the
that.
game. He was
He
pissed off
meant
before the
that.
game. He said,
You could tell.
nobody can fuck with us. I mean, they had to beep it out there, but I could say it. Nobody can fuck with us.
Yo, you can tell he meant that shit. You see it in his eyes. He was pissed.
Yeah, man. That it was a tough, well deserved loss, man. Sometimes any given Sunday, man. We're not gonna keep saying it, but shit happens, and we needed a bounce back game, and this was a bounce back game. It was what 45-3 before the end of the third, and they got what 14 garbage points. That really didn't mean nothing, man. We already started putting our secondary, and it was already over before you know it. We capitalized on 5
You
turnovers.
didn't want to get nobody hurt at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a couple people was getting a little nicked up here and there, was getting scary. So we have to
Hyde
be
went down
conscious
and
of
got
that.
scared
Yeah,
me.
Michael Hyde. Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael
You know
Hyde
what?
went down with the shit.
Did you hear? Did you guys catch on the broadcast that they finally gave Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer their correct respect when the one dude said the best safety combo in the league,
They are.
Absolutely,
which
man.
is I mean, them boys. I'm pretty. Poyer's got 4 picks. I'm pretty sure Hyde's got
They
4.
both got 4+. Well, they both got 4
Yeah,
each.
I mean these dudes are everywhere. And then of course, like Jonathan said earlier, man, Levi Wallace played well.
Yeah.
Got himself a pick too.
Mhm.
You know, like
Johnson was the first one, right?
It
it's
went
Aaron
Teron
Johnson again.
and how the drives of the Jets went was pretty much interception. We got the ball. No, yeah, we scored. They got the ball, interception, got the ball back. We scored again, if I'm not mistaken. No, we got a field goal on that. They got the ball, they punted. We got the ball, we scored. They got the ball, field goal. I'm pretty sure we scored again after that. And then it was a fumble, the forced fumble by Micah Hyde. And then following after that was another interception by Levi Wallace, another interception by Jordan Poyer. No.
Yes, sir.
Levi Wallace, then Tre'Davious White. After
Yeah,
Levi
Trey
Wallace
White.
was Trey White. Beautiful, by the way, beautiful read by Tre'Davious White.
Yes, absolutely. He broke
With the
off his
play,
zone.
yeah,
They have a better
exactly. I was just about to say that because his main play, his play in that scheme right there, he was supposed to check the cover 3 zone towards the outside,
Yeah.
towards the sideline. But he noticed the in breaking posts coming in. He turned around, went upfield, took it away.
Yeah, if you see that, if you watch that play, Trey's playing his zone, but he's also got his eyes in the backfield because he knows the guy he's supposed to be playing is in front of him.
Mhm.
So he could that gives him the opportunity to put his eyes on the backfield. As soon as Mike White cocked back, Trey broke off his route,
Yeah.
which is the elite corners. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why
Only
Trey's.
he plays like that.
In my opinion, I think Trey White's the best corner in the league, and I'm willing to argue that with anybody.
And he's not able to prove that because nobody's looking his way. Nobody's throwing that Tre'Davious way. That's the
He
thing.
still hasn't allowed a touchdown. Not
At
once
all.
all
Boom,
season.
I got another slide right here. Let me find it real quick because Tre'Davious White is having another all pro season, man. Just like 2019, right here, man.
Defensive player of the
273
year.
consecutive snaps without a touchdown. That's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
football. That's a
he
lot
did
of
the
football.
same thing a couple years ago when Gilmore got Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
And Gilmore is 2 touchdowns he gave up was to us. John Brown smoked him, and I think Diggs got him for one that wanted 2. Oh, no, it wasn't Diggs actually.
Not
It was John Brown.
anymore, though.
I think Brown got them both. It might no. I think it was Brown. Brown got them both times.
Plays, yeah.
I think Brown got them both times.
But
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? When McKenzie went down, I kind of was like, man, where's John Brown at right now? Because it looked like he was holding the back of his legs like it was his Achilles. Yeah. So I was like, man, if he go down, man, where John Brown at right now? Because
I mean, McKenzie a little older too, but we still got Stevenson waiting on IR. So
yeah, him too.
Not too worried. I like his speed too. He's another
and
asset that's in now.
Too. We haven't even seen Isaiah Hodgins.
We have no idea. If that's down the line, if we're not really necessarily picking up anybody or signing anybody or drafting anybody, we don't have to because we got Hodgins for next year. Because we're losing Emmanuel Sanders. Because I'm pretty sure
that's not necessarily.
Not
That's not
necessarily, man.
necessarily
Yeah,
true.
he might do another year. You never
He
know.
might.
Maybe
They
like
might
a
They
sign him
go.
for one more year.
We
year.
might.
But I think if we win the bowl, I think he's
Yeah,
going to retire.
I was gonna say that.
I think
If
he's
we
going
win
to
that ball,
retire.
he definitely. I mean, he said himself a couple times in his press conferences that even if when they win the Super Bowl, that this is last year. So that's down the line. We'll see. We can
Yo,
go
when
for
we
that.
win the Super Bowl this year, we're gonna have to do a show live from the parade.
Oh hell yeah!
That's gonna be fucking
I don't know if
crazy.
I'll be conscious to do that. I want
Yeah,
to
I
be
don't
like,
know,
"Go
me either.
Bills!"
Me either, man. I'm gonna need to have a little drink to take over from the
Man,
cold, man. Help me with the cold.
yeah, it's gonna be cold over there, man. We're gonna be plowing through the snow on that parade. They gonna have to put a plow on a
Woo.
bus.
Yeah, the whole city of Buffalo gonna shut down for 2 days after that.
Oh man, more than that, man. And nobody, he's gonna be shut down for 2 days, and he's going to have to give us another day because nobody's gonna have to be able to go to work, man. Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
tell
gonna
you
be.
oh
what,
man,
man. If Josh keep playing the way he's playing, I mean, he's the MVP favorite right now.
yeah,
So I mean,
he
he
got
keeps
Kyler Murray, but he's hurt, so that definitely
nah.
messes up his MVP run.
Vegas got Josh as the
Yeah,
MVP favorite right now, and us as the Super Bowl favorite right now too.
hell yeah, man.
But
Bills finally gave us that game we all been asking for them just to dissect the defense. Yes, obviously it's against the Jets, not one of the
they
better
was
teams
supposed to do that
in the
last week
league.
against Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
That's
was a
the
get
game
right
we was
game.
expecting.
Now we got a tougher schedule ahead of us. Now that
Yes.
we got that get right game to step back ahead of us, the road like, yo, we're the Bills. This is what we do. Now we gotta pound out the rest of the team.
Well, let's.
Keep stacking these W's. We got Colts ahead of
Well,
us. We got New Orleans ahead of us. We got We got Bucks ahead of
I'm gonna
us.
tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. The next 4 games after we got the Colts, we got New Orleans. Then we could play the Patriots on Monday night, which all of a sudden is a big game.
Yeah, because the
And
Patriots
then
is right
and
on
then
the
we got the
heels.
Bucks. We go
Patriots.
Patriots Bucks right back to back. And then I think we play the Patriots. No, and then we got Carolina, which we
Yeah.
don't know what they're going to look like with Cam back
Saturday, most likely. But
on
yeah,
a
even
Saturday.
when
It
Cam
is a
comes back.
Saturday. Yeah.
And then Cam, yeah, we
So
don't know. I'm not too worried about Cam, but we never know.
and then we play
Him
New
back in
England
his
again.
home might have a whole nother system developing over there. So yeah, it's not the easy schedule that we thought. Even this schedule we had after the bye week, we thought was gonna be easy. But with the Jaguars punching us in the mouth right there, kind of messed up the plan. So we don't have any games to give. We need to even the tough
I don't
games.
think
We
we're
need
losing the
to
rest of the
be out.
season. I don't think we're losing the rest of the season. That'll be my bold take for today. I don't think we're going to lose another game the rest of the
Might not either
season.
too, because I feel like the Jaguars was that game that we were supposed to win but lost, and then there's another game of the season that we're supposed to lose but we're gonna win. And with that being
Tampa.
said, I feel like Tampa. Feel like we're gonna pound through the season, so I can get behind you on ending out the season.
And then you know what? And even if we don't get the number 1 seed, I don't care because Tennessee. I want the 2. As long as we get the 2 seed.
and with Derrick Henry
Tennessee's
being
not,
out, he
Tennessee's
might
not
be able.
going.
He may be available in the playoffs. Maybe
Tennessee, no, he's out. He's done.
he's done. Okay.
Yeah, he's done. But Tennessee, listen, they're going to lose in the playoffs, so they're not going to hold. Then that means we would host the championship game anyway. So I mean, I'm not worried about it. They got some games that they could lose coming up too. So that 1 seed, man, we control our destiny right now.
Absolutely,
especially with Baltimore losing to Miami like last week.
So I'm saying, and these hierarchy teams they're losing, they're dropping games to lesser teams. My man got the snacks.
He got the flag.
Oh no! That's the get right snacks.
Yeah. I seen that.
Yeah,
No,
you seen that, huh?
Little
I don't know,
snacky.
Little snacky.
I think we'll get the number 1 seed. Not to be honest, you know what I mean. I could see it.
But Tennessee
It'll be
got a
tough.
softer schedule ahead of them too.
No, they still got games.
I think
And they still got to play New England, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think New England's
Pittsburgh.
gonna be
How you tied to the Lions? I ain't having it.
Yo, man,
Nobody can punch it in, man. Even
Poor
in that
Lions,
overtime,
man.
it was like punt, fumble, turnover,
Yeah.
missed field goal, another
Mhm.
turnover. Yeah, it was crazy in that overtime, man. Then Najee
Poor
Harris,
Lions.
he won a ball. He get ready for the next quarter. They're like, nah, the game's over. It's tied. Like what? You could tie in the
Well, I
NFL?
mean, I'm gonna give them a little pass because they don't tie in college.
No.
Which the
Yeah, no,
NFL should just
they keep playing.
the
How
NFL
do
should
they do
just.
it?
So you started like this. Each team gets the ball. You get the ball on the 25-yard line, and you go 25 to the end zone, and then you either score or you don't. And then the next team gets the ball, and they get to either match you or they just keep going until somebody doesn't score.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Russell Wilson made a proposition where you can who was it? You flip a coin, whoever wins the coin toss, they can choose whether if they want to kick the ball or the other team kick the ball from the 45-yard line. It's gonna be like a 50-yard kick or whatever, and they get to choose whether if they want their team to kick it or the other team to kick it. And that decides whoever wins the game. I feel like that's I don't know. It's kind of
I don't want the kickers
anticlimactic.
deciding the game.
It's kind of anticlimactic, but I mean, it definitely after what double overtime or something, and he still can't decide a winner. Boom, just let
Well,
the kicker
listen,
decide it.
that would be good for us because our kicker could probably hit from 60. So I mean,
Kicking bass,
yeah,
bassomatic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. You know I was saying that because I got another
yeah.
slide. Where Bass at? Did I download that? Because he's number one in the league right now,
Yeah, he's
man.
number one right now.
Yeah.
Number
Well,
one.
that's not it. Oh, where is this? Well, while I'm going
That's a
through the slides,
Brown.
let's talk about this one right here. This is just 5 different defensive back that all got a turnover since 1967. That is a hell of a stat, man. Our team came out the ball out, man. And then this right here, we're glad to have Spencer Brown back in the lineup because he definitely makes a difference, man. He pancake and put these little motherfuckers in the ass, man. Go ahead.
He's out there like Lee Smith out there, man.
Yeah. Am I the only one that loves that all white get up they wore on Sunday, man?
Yeah.
The white on white with the white face mask. Oh, that shit was clean.
That shit's clean, man.
Clean.
That shit was clean. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I could get behind that. But Spencer Brown, if y'all notice on that Matt Breda run, Spencer Brown put 2 people on the ass. He put one dude on the ass, but he threw him so far. He threw him into another defensive back, put him on his ass, and Matt Breda just walked into the end zone.
Yo, Jeff Saturday.
Find nobody to block.
Yeah. Jeff Saturday put that play on his top 5 offensive line blocks. I seen it last night. He pancaked the shit out of that dude.
Yeah, man, we're glad to have Spencer Brown because it's not just one player. He also moves Darrell Williams into the inside and doesn't let Cody Ford bum ass back in this fucking lineup because
don't get me started on that, bro. Don't get me started on that, man. Yo, we could have had DK Metcalf right now, man.
Yeah, that's a different story, man. If y'all can see it real small, but it says
Tyler
first
Bass.
in the NFL for field goal percentage, 100%, tied first for completion and points per game.
I don't want to jinx him, man. The man hasn't missed an extra point this year.
I'm not believing in jinxes because if y'all notice in these broadcasts, they're trying to jinx Josh Allen. Every time he's in the red zone, they want to bring up the stat like, oh, Josh Allen never had an interception in the red zone.
Yeah, every time. They do every time.
And I feel like they're trying to jinx him, but nope. Every time Josh Allen either throws it incomplete, completes it, runs it, something, but he's not turning the ball over. He got like over 100 snaps in the red zone and have no turnovers.
He almost had one. Yeah, Sunday. He almost did.
He did. But because he got such a fucking rocket, it went right through his hands.
Yeah. CJ Mosley missed that.
Mosley, yeah. Which was a bad pass by Allen. He could have easily hit Diggs, but
he had 2 bad passes. I think he had 2, that one and then the interception.
Yeah, that definitely was on Allen too, because I felt like he was feeling himself. You guys were kind of was going too deep a lot.
He was trying to go. He was trying to score again. Like immediately. Like, he was feeling himself on that throw. He let it get away. Yeah, I mean, but if you watch Josh though, like whenever Josh makes a bad throw, it's not because of his arm. It's because of his mechanics. Yeah. His feet, his footwork, his plane, his hips, like they're not where they're supposed to be.
It's not. He's not like he's following through. He's just like quick, just trying to.
If you watch it, like
Yeah, it's like
If
his
you go back,
backfoot sometimes. Or
right,
his front foot, yeah.
if you go back to everyone, like pretty much all of his bad throws this season, and you just watch his footwork, like it's just that's when his mechanics go back to where they were. I mean, he's come a long way, but like you could tell, like every once in a while, he'll just be off on his mechanics, and that you get that occasional bad throw, and not all of them are
Yeah.
perfect. You know what I mean?
This right here throws 10 yards plus downfield. 73 completions, man. 16 touchdowns. First in both category, man. Josh Allen, he's not looking like last year, but he is on par, man. He
He's
is stats
playing
right there,
better.
they're
He's
identical, man.
playing. He's playing better. If you the stats are better.
And the
If you
thing is,
line up
Josh
this year
Allen
and last
is
year,
a lot better from last year because the defense know how to play Josh Allen now. He knows how to play the Bills. Defense coordinators know how to play the Bills offense now. That's why we're kind of keep going through these little slumps through the Bills
but
offense. We can't get going like we're used to.
you know what the crazy thing though is about all that is we're watching the games, right? And we're all kind of thinking like, damn, Josh kind of played better last year. But he's playing better than he did last year, and we're all thinking like, damn, he could play so much better.
I mean, his
So
completion rate
imagine,
his QBR could be a lot better because his 8 points down from last year. But other than that,
well,
he's on
that was
par.
that was you got to take into account he struggled early in the season. So the first two games he
I
kind
just
of
chalk it up
struggled.
as not he's not necessarily struggling. It's just defenses know how to play Josh. Last
Right.
year, the main reason why he blew up because everybody thought Josh Allen was a nobody. We're not gonna give him our best because he's nobody. He cut him up, and then what seems like, oh, these guys are the real deal. It was too late because y'all didn't have a plan to execute to shut down Josh Allen. Now y'all had a whole year off season to formulate schemes. Once y'all got that schedule released and realized, oh, we got the Bills on the schedule. We need to shut down Josh Allen. And the only way to stop Josh Allen if we pressure him, send out blitz. And even that pressuring him, he's still going to dissect them because that's where Josh Allen shines. He evades
Right.
the pocket, gets away from the rush, and lets the play develop, let everybody run around and throw a fucking laser and beam. But when he's running for his life and with a shit offensive line we had playing for us for these past couple of games, Josh Allen running for his life and he can't do it all. He's not perfect. He can't not every down with him to free blitzers at that. Not just pressure, but free blitzers coming right up the middle. It's hard. He can't be perfect. So I
Well, I mean,
that. And I blame Brian Dable for sorry, but I'm on a little rant right now,
no,
man.
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
But I also blame Brian Dable because I mean this game, he dialed up a beautiful game plan in this game, but throughout the season, he's not accounting for the pressure. We all know the line is shit. They're not blocking. We're hurt too. So we're not giving Josh enough time to dissect. I mean, but this we had also a good game plan, which in the line definitely stepped up this game and let Josh do Josh.
Well, I'm gonna say this about that. You're right, because the Jacksonville game, I blame Dable because Dable should have knew after the first quarter that Jacksonville was getting to Josh pretty much every time he tried to drop back. So they should have changed the game plan. They should have changed the game plan. Got out quick throws, quick 3-step drop,
Yes.
quick get it out. Like that's how you beat that screen game. You want that's how you slow down. That's how you
doing too.
right.
Yeah.
But like you got a team that's coming after your quarterback. You slow them down with the screen, the draws, like. And I feel like he didn't really do any of that. Like they still try to push the ball downfield, and which you want to push the ball downfield, but like I said, like when you know it's just not gonna happen today because the line's not gonna hold up. You gotta go back to that 3-step drop. And you know what? Credit to Josh because he said that during the week. He took blame for that too because he was like, man, I kind of forced some things that I shouldn't have did, and but like that gets down to Dable too. And Dable owned it though during the week. He said it. He said he called it. He was terrible. He owned it. So I mean, look what he did this week against the Jets. Like that was a masterful game. But we were aggressive immediately. There wasn't no let's feel this game out. Like we went in there with the intention of whooping on them. Yeah, for sure.
And we capitalized. Go ahead, John.
we're way better when we start scoring early. Once we're aggressive from the beginning, always to end, that's when we play the best ball. But I said
I
last
agree.
week, when it comes to the Jets, KC, he draws up trick plays. He draws up real good plays when it comes to Bryant. It's like certain teams, he doesn't. I don't think he studies their defense. I don't think he has a good scheme for them. So it's like, well, let's get down to the very bare minimum of basic football, and let's just go out there and play. And it's like, no, man, draw some trick plays. I told you last week,
Yeah.
hey, man, when we play the Jets, they do jet sweeps all the time. Wildcats sometimes like it's crazy what they do. Play actions all the
Right,
time. They did it this time, and it's like you should do that for
right.
every single team. So it's up to Brian to actually go back to every single team you play and do your homework, and that's it. And for the offensive line, the same thing, man. You play good, so don't go backwards now. Just go forward. And they didn't play
Right,
that well. The offensive line had some little hiccups, but man, way better than last week.
Oh yeah.
right. Absolutely. I just like I said, man. When the offensive line ain't clicking, Dable's got to be able to, like
Just,
just all right, let's adjust. Let's adjust. You know what I'm saying?
And I love because I feel like Brian Dable watched our episode last week because we've been talking about that we need more runs to the outside. We need to stop just punching up the middle, doing HB dives up to 2 gap, 3 gap, 4 gap. We need speed on the outside, and with McKenzie and Breda in the mix, we was able to do that. We had a lot of success. I was talking about having our receivers from the outside motion in to crack down on blocks
Hmm.
for our backs to get around the outside, and that's exactly what happened with a Sanders wraparound,
let's see what
McKenzie's wraparound for a touchdown, Brady's
Singletary got one too to the outside too.
Singletary,
Yeah.
yeah, it's successful. So I hopefully we can see a lot more. And then once teams think they could stop that, fuck it, put Zach Moss right up the middle.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that type of play too, when you go out to the edge and everybody's blocking to the edge, you still gotta be able to create a hole. Because sometimes your feet won't move through that quick. They might slip or whatever. So sometimes
Yeah.
too, you gotta create those holes, be more dominant.
I mean, we talked about having Spencer Brown back and everything, but let's not underestimate the fact that Dawson Knox was back last week,
Oh
this
yeah,
past week,
he only
and
got
that
one
helps a
catch
lot.
for 27 yards. Definitely was for the first down. But I mean, he
Just
definitely
having
makes a
him
big
there
role
as
because
a
he's a good
threat,
blocker.
having
He's a
him there
threat
as a
too.
threat,
Yeah.
and then I don't know the exact numbers, but I think like in the second half, I didn't really see much of Cole Beasley in the second half.
No,
Yeah,
because
no.
I think.
Gabe Davis taking off his role, and that's one thing I wanted to talk about because I the formations I like having Stephon Diggs, Sanders, Gabe Davis, and then switch in either Beasley, Dawson Knox, or a running back, and run formations like that.
I like having Davis in the game. Don't get me wrong, because I think he's going to be a stud for us. But he might be who replaces Emmanuel Sanders eventually. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and
But
then Isaiah Hodgins could fill in for that role,
but Cole, man, Cole, you can't stress the importance of having Cole on the field, man,
and that's why I'm glad
especially
Jonathan been
on
talking
third
about it
down.
too. Take away his reps so he can heal more from that rib injury.
Also, you want to be creative too. You don't want to have the same. If you know Beasley and Sanders on the left, where Beasley, and the inside with Diggs on the out, you kind of know. Sometimes you're like, okay, they already ran this earlier today, so you switch it up a little bit. Put a little Davis out there, have Beasley
Yes.
sit down, or have Beasley, Davis, and Diggs. You never know. You just be creative, man. Keep mixing it up throughout the whole game.
I
And
seen
Gabe,
I seen Diggs line up in the slot a couple times this past weekend, which I think, man, if you're trying to get a matchup, man, if you
yeah.
could move Diggs in the mid and sometimes in the
It's
slot,
dangerous.
get Diggs matched up on a linebacker or a safety, like that's the kind of creative stuff that Jonathan was just talking about.
And
Like,
on that 157-yard pass, if you guys didn't catch the post game conference, that play right there where he burnt this, did the little stutter step
hmm
to the outside, that wasn't even in the play. He was supposed to do a slam route, but he said Stephon Diggs seen something in the defense, and I seen him see it, and I just threw it up there, and then it just happened to connect and made up a good play. And yeah, if you look at him lining up, he's
and
seen
no
something.
safety.
No safety, yeah, it was single high safety. Did a little stutter
I,
step, left
look,
them behind them, and cooked them.
I, I was yelling at my phone before that play because I seen the safety. I seen it. I was like, it's 1-on-1.
Yep.
I'm yelling at because I watched the game on my phone on the way back from Tennessee. So I'm yelling at my phone in the back of the van, like it's 1-on-1. Dig, you got Diggs 1-on-1. Throw it to him. Like,
Yeah,
and
you can't
they
beat them
did.
on 1-on-1. This is a rap 1-on-1.
Yeah, there's
That's why
not too many corners that can stick with Diggs
I
1-on-1.
respect that play. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of quarterbacks or play calling to be like, okay, well, you caught the first touch, I got called back. Go for it
So
again.
right
You know,
back to
and
him.
I respect
Same
that.
play.
That's stupid love right there. I was just like, yo, you gotta go back, and they did. And I was like, that's what we need, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't go. You know that was perfect, man. That speaks volume, man, right there.
Absolutely. That shit got me hyped when they went right back to him.
Yeah, that the first one was close, and the only thing I know was tough. But when he caught the first pass, I'm like, Diggs, all you have to do is drop your heel to hit the ground, and you got it.
Yeah.
But for them to
Yeah.
go right back at him, same exact
Same
play,
play.
then I'm a confidence, man.
Yeah,
That's
super
that
confident.
swagger, man. That's what Josh was talking about in that video you shown.
Yep,
When we're
yep,
playing Buffalo Bills football, can't nobody
yeah.
fuck with us.
And Josh Allen is just, I mean, he's just becoming more and more of a leader. And then when he says that we're not trying to be the best team in the NFL, we're just trying to be the best team every Sunday on this field, means a lot, man. Because it's not all about being those crazy stats and throwing
Yo,
400 yards for 5 touchdowns. No, we just gotta be the best team on the field
right.
every Sunday we play on.
And I gotta just throw this out there, man, to the national media, man. I'm about tired of seeing Patrick Mahomes commercials and fucking Baker Mayfield commercials. Like,
Dak
where's Josh
Prescott up
Allen
there too.
commercial at? Where's Josh
He's
Allen
not money
commercial at?
hungry. He's not money hungry. He's
He ain't
not.
gotta be money hungry. That dude's the
No,
best
because
quarterback in
those
the league.
players, they're reaching out for those deals, for those commercials. Commercials going to come to you, but you
Well,
also got to accept it and do it. Josh,
listen,
he's happy where he's at.
once we get this chip, well, I bet you everybody gonna want him for
Nah,
that
He might.
commercial.
he did one
But
commercial with Wild Wings and everybody was
Wild
mad at him.
Wings.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
right,
what
I
have you
right.
mean, you
done?
can't do a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial
Yeah,
and
everybody said,
be
why not
playing in
Barbell
Buffalo.
or
Yeah,
why
You
not
gotta,
exactly.
you can't do
Ichabod?
that. You can't do that, man. You can't do that.
But who
I
got the
gotta
most
give Josh
money? Who got the
I
bigger
got,
check?
yeah, but I gotta give Josh a little. I gotta poke at him a little bit, man. You the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, man. You can't go do a Buffalo Wild Wings
Man.
commercial.
Yeah,
Come
he
on,
can't do
man.
that.
They came to him with a check. He was like, all right, Barbell or Ichabod ain't hit me with a check. So let me get this money real quick.
Man, yeah, true, fair enough. I can't mad. He trying to get the bag. I ain't mad at him for it.
And that was before his contract. So, and another thing I'm gonna keep talking about, when he said bye bye to the Dolphins, man, I'm still waiting on that fine to come through, man. I feel like
He
he's
ain't
gonna get like
fine.
a nice.
I don't think it
Uh,
ain't coming now. It ain't coming.
nah,
Honestly.
No, because the quarterback, the guy that he did that to on the Dolphins said he loved it. He was
yeah,
like, he wasn't mad
okay
about
then.
it. He was like, I love it. That's the kind of competition I love. Like, they was busting our ass, and he told me bye bye. You know what I'm
Was that
saying? If it
Boston?
was, he said it. He was like, if it was the other way around, I would have did the same thing to him.
Yeah, I just know when CD Lamb did it, he got a nice little $25,000 check, fine in his mailbox.
Yeah, man. But you know that CD Lambs was
Yeah,
a little bit worse though.
I don't know. He
They
just
won.
said bye bye, and then that was game.
Yeah, but
He
that
said
was
you
the
can't give me a
game winner
penalty if the
though.
game over.
That was the game winner though. You
But
know.
Hey, this
right there.
extracurricular activity doesn't bother me because they won't see each other until next season.
And Josh Allen waving goodbye to Christian Wilkins. It was a slow start for this Buffalo offense, but they have come to life in the second half.
Man, they get me so hyped seeing Josh Allen get hyped, man. That's our quarterback. That's my quarterback, man.
it all starts
Yeah,
with him, man.
listen.
It all starts there. It all starts with him, man.
I grew up in the Jim Kelly era, man. Jim was really good, but man, Josh is just a whole
Something
nother
different.
animal.
He's a
He's
baller, man.
yeah, man. That swagger this dude's got is insane. It's
Yeah,
insane.
I hope me and Julian are as spoiled as you are. You know what I mean? You got to enjoy the '90s and that
Right.
run. We only get to
I
enjoy this.
yeah,
I'm hoping when we get a little older, you know, we're not that far
We
away,
tell
but
a nephew
we
and
get to go and enjoy the
Angel.
next generation too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Like, hey,
Listen,
Right.
man, I enjoyed it, but it really did I really enjoy it because I lost 4 times in a row, man.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
that's
You can leave that out, man.
Nah, bro. You know how hard that's hard, bro. That sucks to go
That's
every
why.
year. And you're like,
That's why
damn,
I said about
we gonna
last
win
year.
it.
I was glad we lost in the conference championship because I'd rather lose that game than possibly lose to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Holy
So
shit, can you imagine that? Holy dude.
City
That
gonna
storyline
burn.
would be crazy.
We wasn't losing to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl
Man.
if we got there.
But
But you know,
besides the
this year
point,
gonna be a
man,
little crazy. But
this
this year
man,
gonna be a little crazy because it's looking like, man, I hate to say it, and I know I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure in our first
they're falling
episode.
off too. Odell, they got
Listen,
Odell, Bob
I
Miller
gotta
for
I gotta
nothing.
revise it. I gotta revise it,
Go
man.
ahead.
We might get a
This
Bills
season get some
Cowboys.
changes.
We might get a Bills Cowboys Super Bowl this year,
I've been
man.
saying Cowboys too because Cowboys come along, but I don't know. It all depends on when Kyler Murray come back and DeAndre Hopkins. How hard
For
they gonna
me,
come back?
it's either we playing the Cowboys or we playing Tampa.
You
I
think
don't
They
that's
see
still
how?
no.
got Green Bay, man. Still got Green Bay.
I was gonna say Green Bay because that defense playing. They're playing lovely, man. They're playing good
They
defense
are,
football.
but Brady's got Rodgers' number, bro.
Yeah.
Like Brady, like they beat, they got their number. And if it's in Tampa, I mean, now if they got to play Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau in the NFC Championship game, that's a whole different animal. But if Green Bay got to go to Tampa, Brady's not losing at home in the NFC Championship game. We've seen it, boys, for 20 something years. You know how it goes, man. And I hate to admit it, but Brady just doesn't lose those kind of games at home, man.
Oh, Dallas always drops the ball, and I have an uncle. He's a Dallas fan. I always text him every time, like, "Yo, how's your Cowboys? They always fuck up in the playoffs." I don't
Yeah,
understand
and
that.
I mean
Yeah, but I
they don't
got
have that
faith in
clutch
Dak.
gene. I feel like the Cowboys don't have the clutch gene. I feel
Mhm.
like every time I see Dak Prescott ball and it comes down to him, I feel like he doesn't really.
Nah, I got faith in Dak. I got
No,
faith in
no,
I
Dak.
fuck with
yeah,
Dak too, but we'll see.
they got the clutch players. They just don't got a clutch group. You know what I mean? And in football, you got to play as a team, and that team is not clutch.
Well, see, Dallas got an explosive
Shout out to
offense, man.
Trayvon Diggs though, man. He balling this
Yeah,
year.
I
He
would love. Did you
balling.
see that when Trayvon Diggs? I told Steph Diggs said this in one of his interviews that his brother was
Oh
like,
yeah,
Oh yeah,
"I
I
want
seen
to
that.
play you
confetti.
for the confetti." And then
Yep,
I guess Steph told his little brother, he like, "Man, if anybody know how to beat you, it's me."
yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I love to see that matchup in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I
That'd
that
be
would,
should
I
be
nuts.
sick.
would.
Oh yeah, that should be
And
sick.
that'd be a good game because the last time we played them was in Thanksgiving, so
Thanksgiving,
they
and
got
we
a chip
bust
on their
their ass.
shoulder. So it's gonna be a highly anticipated game.
And they
Yeah, that's when
crushed us
Josh.
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So hey,
yeah, that,
that's revenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
that's our revenge too. Yeah,
But that's when Josh came. When Josh was introduced to America that Thursday night, that Thanksgiving
yeah,
game against the
yeah.
Cowboys. That he introduced himself to the rest of the country that day, and we
Man,
ain't looked back
that
since.
fourth down little fumble pickup, and he's like, "Let's fucking go first down."
Yeah,
Oh man,
man, get you
that
hype,
turned
bro.
America up, man. They're like, hold
Yeah,
on, is this America's team? Because they wear red, white, and blue.
yeah, right, absolutely, absolutely.
One more thing I want a little peep out. Bills are on a 10-game win streak in our division right now. And the last time that's happened was no 9-game win streak. We're gonna tie it. Hopefully we can tie it next game. Last time that was happened in 1990. So,
Yeah, we sweeping.
little stat.
We sweep in the division again.
Yep.
We about to show the
Oh,
world in a
man.
couple weeks. We about to show the world in a couple weeks on Monday night why they need to chill out on the Patriots.
Right. Yeah.
Mac,
I know they had our
Mac Jones
heels,
ain't played the
but
number one defense in the league yet.
we got something from McCorkle.
Yeah, we definitely got something from McCorkle. Yeah, but let's not get too far ahead. This is a good game. I mean, we can't sleep on Indy, man. Indy's got a good squad.
We got Jonathan Taylor in a backfield. He's dangerous, man. He's dangerous with the ball.
It's gonna be getting Star back this weekend. Will be.
I don't think we're gonna get started this week because with COVID issues and with him not being
but he's
vaccinated.
vaccinated. No, I thought
Is
he was
he? I thought they said
vaccinated.
he wasn't. They said he wasn't.
I don't know. I gotta look back.
I heard him on the radio. They're trying to make fun of him because, like, oh, how you gonna skip a whole season for COVID and then not be vaxxed? So
That's true. That's a good point, though. That's a good point.
So and I think if you're not vaccinated, he could have got vaxxed throughout this time. and it might change the protocols and the policies. But if he's not vaccinated, the time frame that he has to sit out is not enough time for him to play the game. So
Man, we need
Harrison
him on
Phillips definitely
Sunday.
stepped up though. Harrison Phillips stepped up.
Yeah,
He
he had
bought
a
out.
really
He
bad
had a couple.
penalty though.
Did he?
That
Yeah,
that
I didn't see that one.
that personal foul, like the play was like it was a false start on the Jets, and he came in and like the refs were blowing the whistle. They
Yeah.
blew the whistle like 4 or 5 times, and he was still like trying to tackle Mike White. Like it's like,
Mhm.
dude, what you doing, bro? Like you just negated the penalty because now it's
Right.
offsetting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Don't tell me you didn't hear the whistle. Like you heard that shit. You were just trying to
He
be
want to get a
cool.
sack. He's hungry, man. He haven't. He don't get enough
Bro,
play time.
he can't do stuff. You ain't earned the right to do shit like that yet.
Yeah, but shit. We got Justin Zimmer out for the season, so man, he's
I know that hurts.
our next big boy. So Vernon Butler, I
Yeah.
don't have much hopes
Here we
for Vernon
go.
Butler. So
Boogie Basham had a chance. Like these are these boys' chances.
and Phil
Like
Obata, man, too. He's balling, man. He had a couple plays too.
I got a feeling we're gonna see a little more Boogie Basham now with
Hopefully,
especially with Star gone. Like if Star's out again, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like yeah, but
Yeah, he deserves it though, man. He when he's out there, he plays. So
yeah, for
definitely
sure,
deserves
for
it.
sure,
Give him those reps.
for
hell
sure.
yeah. But yeah, we're pretty much closing in on that hour. So there you have it, folks, man. Another episode of Mafia Talk. Welcome back one more time.
Yeah.
My boy
Yeah, I'm
He's
back,
back.
baby. I'm back. I'm back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Hell
he's
yeah.
a Carolina native too. So shout out to Carolina, man. Hopefully Cam Newton can
I always root for the Panthers as long as they not playing the Bills.
yeah, man. When it comes to what December 18th or
This
19th,
Bills Mafia all day, baby.
That's
Bills
that's
Mafia all the way.
that'd be one hell of a week for the Nunu, man. He could be pissed.
Oh, I called him, man. He happy
Did
as
he?
hell Cam Newton back. Yeah, I called him.
Yeah,
You know
nephew,
I
Yo,
had to call him.
little cuz.
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
we
yeah,
play
yeah.
him, he gonna be upset when we play him.
Yo, next episode, I'm gonna let y'all know the bet. I told Julian earlier. I got me and him got
Man,
a little
tell him,
bet
man, we
about
can
that.
get him in the show that episode, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna talk to
Your
my
little
sister about it.
cuz.
Let him get on the show with us. But I don't want to go too
We'll talk
too
some
long
smack.
because we getting up on this hour, man. I appreciate y'all holding it down for me, man, while I was
As
gone, man.
always, man. Thank you for Jonathan joining in, filling in, holding it down. We already know it. It's Jonathan, Pedro Pizzi, Julian J Mafia. And there you go, have another episode of Mafia Talk. Please tune in for Saturday. Might push it to Friday if we got time. But shit, y'all get a heads up. Other than that, go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.